about your name, 'cause we were all Americans before the hyphens came.
Howdy, folks. You are listening to Doc Owen. This is the Doc Owen Show coming to you live on Spreaker.com. We are glad to have you. Welcome back or welcome aboard if you're a first-time listener. Huge show tonight. Lots going on in the news. We will get to that, and just in general. The title of tonight's show is Doc's America Minus 19. I will re-explain to those of us who have just joined us where the title came from. First, I want to give you the phone number in case you'd like to join the conversation at any point in time. If something rings a bell for you, you're welcome to give us a call. It's area code 702-907-6936. That's 702-907-OWEN 6936. Give us a call if you care to participate. We'd love to hear from you. As you know, we are all over the social media. We're on Facebook. We got a blog. We got a Twitter account. Use it as often as possible. It is a wonderful avenue to actually gather real information, not filtered, not slanted, but factual kind of stuff. First of all, this is the first broadcast in absolutely a month that we have not been competing with the San Antonio Spurs. I would like to personally congratulate them and the city of San Antonio on the way they conducted themselves, not only throughout the season and throughout the championship, but also after the fact and the party. It was relatively tame, although I understand quite a lot of fun. There was no debris, no glass breaking, no cars being overturned. Just in general, a good time had by all. Another thing that I've kind of gotten away from, and that is giving information on local to San Antonio events, because I feel like everybody knows what they should know in terms of finding the San Antonio Tea Party website and getting involved with some right-thinking, conservative Christian folks that are supportive of the Constitution, et cetera, et cetera. There is one event, though, that doesn't necessarily show up on the San Antonio Tea Party, and it's a group called Act for America, and they have a local chapter. They have a meeting coming up on Tuesday, July the 8th at a new location. Their speaker looks like it's going to be rather interesting. It's a fellow by the name of Chris Bird talking about the advancement of Sharia law in America, and it might not be a bad thing for you to participate in, get involved in, certainly be aware of. Tradition says we start off with a quote from Crowned Grace International, the leadership quote. So the one that I pulled this week is from a gentleman by the name of Stephen Covey, that an awful lot of people in business know. He is very well respected, a good author, etc. He said that we do not see the world as the world is. We see the world as we are. So, in other words, it is somewhat jaundiced by our own opinions and viewpoint. And I can understand how that is absolutely true. It's a challenge to all of us, not just folks in leadership position, but to all of us, to try not to let that happen. What is it the old Indian saying about walking a mile in your shoes? And I'm sorry about the Indian reference. We will get into the patent office and the Redskins in a minute. Back to the title, Doc's America Minus 19. We have 19 weeks left until the November midterm elections. And if my math serves me correctly, that would be 63, 700. That's only 133 days. I mean, that's nothing. We absolutely have to stay focused. It is a project. We've got to get as well informed as we possibly can on who the candidates are, where their stance on the issues are, Not what party they're in, not what side of the ticket they're going to be on, but who are they? Where did they come from? Why do they want to run for office? Why do they want to be involved with on a national, state, or local level? You know, who are they? Do your homework. Completely vet them on your own. Do not be totally dependent on someone else to vet them. That's one reason that I recommend getting involved on an activity level basis, week to week or once a month or something like that. Join groups that do vetting. And what happens is a bunch of people to get together, they've met various candidates, and they bring to the table what their impression of the candidate was when they spoke on a certain topic, since we can't all be all places at all times. And frankly, I don't think we can depend on the media to give us a real squared up version of what they said, because they have a tendency to chop it and slice it and dice it and give us sound bites that might just as easily not have anything to do with the true stance of the candidate themselves. The idea behind the show is the fact that we've got to dive in there. We just don't have much time to do it. And that means when somebody says, or you start seeing a blurb, or your mind goes off and starts thinking about who the presidential candidate should be in the 2016 election, turn that thought process off. It doesn't matter. It's a moot point. It's got nothing to do with the project at hand. The project at hand is the midterm elections, making sure that we send people to Washington in 2014 that can help deliver a healthy country, that can help get the United States of America back on track and back to a position of superiority in the world. There again, it's in politicians' best interest to divide us. It's in the media's best interest to divide us. That's the reason that I used the opening song from Madison Rising, Before the Hyphens Came. That is absolutely one of my favorites. I well remember the day when we were all Americans, as they say. We've got to go back to that position. We've got to get that very firmly implanted in our mind as we prepare for, do our homework for, and support candidates in the 2014 election. 2016 will that's phase 2 of this project. Phase 1 is 2014. Ignore all the presidential